Philip Montrose here. My wife Jane and I, we help people step up, tap into the heart of success with EFT and more. And in this video demonstration, my wife and partner Jane is going to help Hillary find her direction in life, about career change, career planning, really about life purpose, going deeper within herself. And as you'll see in this video demonstration, we use our reality shift with EFT, the tapping technique, to help her discover what's going on beneath the surface. And at first she says she's feeling fine and optimistic about her new direction, and that's good. However, as you watch closely, you'll see that there's actually some unsettling uncertainty beneath the surface. It will be revealed, and how she shifts direction in this powerful demonstration. Watch closely.
I'm here with Hillary, and I understand that there's an area in your life where you'd like your reality to shift.
Yes, absolutely. Hi, Jane. Thank you for sharing the time with me. I have been a mini entrepreneur my whole life and had various skills, professional skills, with music, being a classical concert pianist and having a piano studio my whole life, and doing body work and energy work, and being a tennis instructor. And each of those areas, having done them for many, many decades now, seems to be just sort of receding, fading into the distance. So for me it's a crossroads right now, because it looks like I'm making a reality shift. Where this is taking me, I don't know. I just feel a flutter of excitement, and my intuition is telling me it's going to be a wonderful ride, but it's something I have to create right now, and I'm not sure where it's going, other than it's expanding.
Right. Right.
It's probably going to be bigger than anything I've ever done in my life, and I would like to as well.
Sounds great.
I embrace the opportunity, yes.
Right, yes. And so many people are, I think, in that place. I think that society in general is waking up that there's more for each of us. And when you think about making that shift, do any reservations come up, any nervousness or doubt or anything like that about yourself? Or
probably, but I have done enough inner and self-work to know that I shouldn't, or I don't need to have any of those doubts. So right now the only question is, what is it? And I feel completely capable of being able to do whatever it is, knowing that they're going to be, pitfalls, stumbling blocks, but they're all part of the road.
Right.
The road to paradise, if you will.
Really, yeah. Yeah. So I guess maybe we're looking for something that we can use EFT on, and what I'm getting from you is that you're excited about it, but you have uncertainty.
Yes.
So, and that would be something that would be a place to start. So, is there anything else you'd like to say about the uncertainty? Is it uncomfortable, or just...
The only thing that's uncomfortable about it is that it's a complete mystery. And if I had some idea of where it is going, then I could latch onto it, chew on it, and do something.
Right.
But I'm not quite sure what it is yet.
Right.
And the exciting part about that is that I'm so open to any possibility. It would be wonderful to just have something present and I go, there it is.
Right. Well, we'll just see where this goes.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so just in terms of measuring for EFT, you know how EFT works in general. Can you measure the uncertainty between 1 and 10?
8 or 9. It's a high uncertainty.
And I like to write down just a little bit of information for people. So you said between 9 and 10? 8 and 9. 8 and 9. 8 and 9. 8 and 9. Okay. Okay, so if you just focus on that uncertainty, what the reality shift is, the thing that makes it a little different than straight EFT, is that we include imagery. So the first thing to do is to focus on the image that comes to mind for you when you focus on that feeling of uncertainty. And it might be a landscape. A lot of times we suggest a landscape. because it's kind of like the landscape of your life with that uncertainty, what it looks like. And then we're going to do EFT, and as that shifts, see what emerges for you in terms of where that's going to lead you. It could be a landscape. It could also be just a symbol or any image that comes to mind when you think of the uncertainty.
When you mentioned landscape, I got the image immediately of a very beautiful mountain.
Mm-hmm.
And it's wanting to climb that mountain.
Mm-hmm.
And not sure where I am on the mountain right now, but it feels like I'm at the foot of it.
Mm-hmm.
Ready to go.
Right. Right. So, do you see anything else in the landscape? Just and you can close your eyes for a minute if you want, if that helps you to clarify it a little bit.
The mountain is snow-capped.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a completely blue sky. There is not a cloud in the sky.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a vast mountain. It's a.
Mm-hmm. And you're right at the base of the mountain.
At the base of the mountain.
Mm-hmm. And when you look up, how does that look? Does it look like a long way to the top, or is there anything?
It looks like a very long way to the top.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. So, anything else you'd like to add before we do EFT and see where that takes us?
I think I'm comfortable.
Okay.
With my uncertainty right now.
Okay. Okay, so what we're going to do is regular EFT with a slight shift in the affirmation. So what you'll repeat 3 times would be, even though I feel this uncertainty, I know my reality can shift. Great. And we'll see how it clears up or what happens. So you can rub on the sore spots on your chest or tap on the side of your hand. Do you have a preference which one you would want to do for the affirmation?
I think I'm going to tap on the hand.
Okay, okay. And we can just say it aloud together. So even though I feel this uncertainty, I know my reality can shift.
Even though I feel this uncertainty, I know my reality can shift.
Even though I feel this uncertainty, I know my reality can shift. Even though I feel this uncertainty, I know my reality can shift. Okay. And then we do the tapping starting at the top of the head. So 5 to 10 times, just tapping this uncertainty. You might want to just say the reminder phrase, this uncertainty, side of the eye, this uncertainty, below the eye, uncertainty, chin, collarbone, reality shifting.
Shifting.
And something we like to do that's a little unusual to end is just tap, and this time tapping with your full hand across both sides of your head. And then tapping across both sides of your heart. Just shifting your energy down into your heart. And then stop and take a couple nice breaths just to focus on the energy. And as you shift, then just notice the image again. Go back to the mountain and see where you are on the mountain and if anything has changed.
What shifted is that I see myself actually going forward.
Mm-hmm.
So at the beginning, when I was trying to figure out the 8 or 9 on the scale, it felt like there was some little block that was holding me, and I just wasn't quite ready to take that first step.
Mm-hmm.
But now at the end of the tapping, I actually see that I'm moving.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually starting to ascend.
Mm-hmm.
It just feels like a nice release.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And as you're ascending, do you have any sense of what it is that you're aiming for? I think that you felt an uncertainty about what you were going to do. Do you feel now that you have any more of a sense of where you might be going? as you're starting? If you're moving, where is it that you're going?
Not really, but I have a sense that I could move forward, whereas the uncertainty was having a block about moving forward because I didn't know what it was. And now it's moving forward despite and in spite of not knowing what it is, which is an interesting shift.
So you feel more comfortable or confident or something about moving forward? Okay, so I'm just curious if we can move, or if there's a need for any more clarity. If you're moving forward, what is it that might be coming? And if you just feel in your heart, maybe you can feel more of a sense of what it is, what the first steps are. If you're going to move forward, what it is that you're moving to.
Okay.
So not just a matter from where you are now with more of a feeling of certainty that you can move. Does that give you any ideas come into your head about where you might be wanting to go, or what your first steps might be?
The idea is that it will embrace some sort of service, and so we're probably beginning in the community and then extending that further and further. So the first step is to set up some kind of foundation or healing center, and invite people to participate with me, and then see where that goes, because that's where I seem to be feeling the direction of what it's all going to entail.
Sounds exciting.
Yeah.
And when you focus on that, I think, to me, it seems like one of the really important things is that we feel, that there's that sense of excitement and aliveness in our hearts for what we're doing. How does that relate to what you just described?
I feel very excited about that. Extremely so. Yeah.
Wonderful. So any other thoughts, anything else coming into the image as you...
I feel that once I start taking those first few steps, that the support that I will require will start showing up. That's what I'm feeling.
Right, and going with that intention.
Yeah, so it's once I put the word out, once I share that, and people will say, oh, well, what about trying this, or I can do this, or have you spoken to so-and-so? And I see that coming once I've taken the initial, first few steps to put the word out.
No, so just as kind of a final thought, if now you see yourself on the mountain, how do you look as you're walking up the mountain? What do you see in yourself? Just how do you see yourself?
I see partners along the way.
Coming in.
Whereas the mildly daunting part was having to do that mountain on my own. And it's really big. And I could. But it's going to be a lot slower and a lot more painful and a lot more exhausting. And now it seems like as these other energies are coming in with their backpacks and their smiling faces, we can do this together.
That's exciting.
That's very exciting. And I had not shifted into that place this far yet energetically. So I'm ready to do that. And I see the entities arriving.
Wonderful. Well, that's exciting. I'm excited for it.
Excited too.
Thank you.
After that process, we asked Hillary how she experienced the shift.
What has shifted, especially having the image of the mountain, was it appeared that I was going to have to ascend that mountain on my own. And that was a stumbling block and a big block because it's really big and daunting, and that's a really high mountain to climb. Then as we tapped and things got a little easier as they shifted, I started to see energies and people with backpacks coming to assist me or support me or climb with me as I went along the way. And it just felt a whole lot easier and made me realize that's probably why I'm having a little bit of a block starting the project, because I'm thinking I have to do too much of it on my own. But if I can start soliciting support, then looking at the support, there's a huge smorgasbord out there of things to choose from. So just keep it simple and pick one thing, and then let everything flow in one at a time as each person on the mountain is coming in one at a time. I'm not being deluged by a whole bunch of people at the same time. So it's just each step of the way is one energy, one entity, one thing, and then you can create from there. So that's been a big shift for me now, because I felt overwhelmed having to climb this mountain, whatever it is, on my own. So that feels like a lot more fun to look at that way.
Powerful stuff, reality shift with EFT to help Hillary, in this case, clarify her direction in life, fulfill her purpose. She discovered that she didn't have to travel that big mountain all alone. She had resources, she had support, she had people in her life, and that initial uncertainty cleared because she knew she could get support. And a lot of people think they have to do it alone, and that's a big lesson for a lot of us. So anyways, if you'd like to know more about the reality shift with EFT, another demonstration and written instructions, just go to this link, gettingthrough.org/EFT shift. If you'd like more training in the reality shift and EFT and our getting through techniques, the deepening techniques to get to the core of issues quickly, go to this link, gettingthrough.org/EFT-courses. So this is Philip Montrose wishing you the heart of success with EFT and more.